Hey guys, it's me, Ben, Doug, and Wes. We're here in the Scatter Brothers office, and Wes, who's an expert on 360 VR, has come in, and we wanted to do the very first podcast ever in virtual reality.
Yep.
At least to our knowledge,
Yeah.
and our Google searches and our Yahoo searches, etc.,
All that.
etc.
Yeah.
So this is kind of exciting. If you kind of look around, you can obviously see the various components. Doug is sitting over there in a designer jacket.
Yes. My leather jacket. It's cold for Florida.
It is cold.
Yeah.
Today. It's terrible today.
It's
Yeah.
horrible.
I mean, I literally saw frost on my windshield. I had to take out my cassette tapes,
Yeah.
start scratching off the things from the windshield. It was scary.
Exactly.
Brought nightmares back from my
Oh,
days
yeah.
in Ohio. Shout out to Cleveland. Sorry. So basically, we wanted to kind of come together today to talk about VR. It's a huge new movement. It's something that is taking over not only gaming, but it's taking over the personal stations at home. PlayStation 4 is all over this.
All over it.
Have you guys, by the way, seen the PlayStation headset?
Phenomenal. I have it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
What is your feedback? I mean, you obviously like it.
It's fantastic. It actually has what appears to be higher resolution than even what the standard phone VR headsets like this produce.
Right.
So the quality appears to be a little bit better, and it's really comfortable.
Wow.
And it's really easy to take your anybody's content, 360 content, and put it right onto the PlayStation 4 with a USB drive. I mean, it's very easy. So.
Oh, wow.
When you first did it, obviously you get the PlayStation, you unbundle it, you unbox it. Is it complicated kind of getting it started? I mean, is it?
I mean, there's a lot of wires and stuff that you have to plug in, but I mean, it's a huge book that they tell you exactly how to do it, and it only takes about 10 minutes. It's not a lot. But this is much easier. The cheap headsets with the phones is way easier.
Got it. So so the difference is, and a lot of people are talking about this, is what's the difference between the PlayStation headset? And I know this sounds pretty basic, but for anybody like me who's just getting into this, what is the difference between the PlayStation headset that is interconnected to the console versus these phone VR headsets? Is there a difference in quality?
I think the concept is the same. I'm sure the resolution is probably a little bit higher on that headset. And the biggest difference is that this is a phone with some plastic, a little bit of padding, and a couple of lenses in it. The PlayStation headset is more involved. It's a larger headset. It has a crown that goes around. It's much more comfortable to wear. Probably has higher quality glass. It's got its own built-in monitor inside that you're seeing instead of having to have like a phone in there. So
that's awesome. So this is definitely easy pick up and go. The headset you can buy for what, $60?
You can pick up Google Cardboard for $5, or you can get them for free online. You go to Walmart and get them. They're super cheap. They're everywhere. And do you know anybody who doesn't have a smartphone?
No.
Exactly. Anybody who has a smartphone and a couple of bucks can have virtual reality.
My grandmother has a more advanced smartphone than me, which I was embarrassed by.
Exactly.
Terribly
I would
embarrassed.
be.
Yeah.
She was the first of our family to start doing the different head and the graphics that are associated with some of the programs out there, like messaging on
Yeah.
Facebook and what's the other one?
Oh.
FaceTime?
Yeah.
Not FaceTime. It starts with a P. It's not Pinterest. What is the name of this program?
What's it do?
You basically, it's a messaging way to send an instant message to somebody, but they have so many filters on the face.
Snapchat?
Snapchat, yes.
I don't even use it and I know what it is. My nieces are like, oh my god, Snapchat!
Well, that's the new thing for
My grandmother is an
everybody.
expert
Yeah.
at Snapchat. I mean, the double face, the pitch changes, etc. It's pretty impressive.
Awesome.
There you go.
Anyway,
No, it's awesome. It's exciting. I haven't used the PlayStation one yet, but
PlayStation was great. Do you want to see the YMCA in VR?
I
think
would
we
love
All
to
right.
see
need to show. I've already looked at it, and I will tell you right now, it was awesome. But I think, Ben, you haven't seen it yet in VR, so this is something we shot at the abandoned YMCA here in St. Pete, Florida.
There you go.
And
Thanks.
so
So,
let's see what his reaction is. I think you should stand up for it.
oh my gosh. Okay, so this is the first time I'm ever seeing this video we shot in 360 in VR at a project that we are working on right now. I just press play here.
Yep.
Oh wow. Whoa. Oh god.
You're
This is
outside.
insane.
Now he's seen the regular video
Wow.
on regular on the computer, which is great, which is still immersive,
Oh
but
my
with the headset, it's
Well, when I was on it, I felt like I needed to start walking on the sidewalk.
Right.
I feel like I should start.
I
walking
felt.
around.
Almost felt
Jeez.
I thought it was.
Sorry.
My brain kind of made it feel like I might
This
fall
is
into the
incredible.
pool.
right.
It's like,
Yeah.
like it almost tricks your brain after
Yeah.
a few minutes of
And-
being on it.
and what I
don't know
found-
what that's called. But
If you put something very immersive up front
Incredible.
that helps anchor,
Mhm.
it helps your brain convert even faster. So it can take a little bit of time
Oh.
to kind of get into that VR headset,
Yeah.
into the VR mindset. But if you put a really immersive image up front or something very immersive up front, it draws them in that much faster. So there's less lag
this
time.
And I see why some
Crazy.
people say that they get freaked out by it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because even when I took it off, I was not in the same place I was when I put it on.
Right.
Because I moved a little, or I
Yeah.
Yep.
turned my body. So it kind of.
Your orientation's off. You're
Okay.
expecting to be looking at the door, and you're looking at the microwave.
Yeah, you're like, oh, what's going on? Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So I think it's a crazy technology, but.
You know, what's so crazy about this is, guys, is that we have shot so much information on this building, so many regular, standard SLR and even
Okay.
4K cams that we've used in there, and this blows it all away.
Well, of course.
I mean, not
You're
in
there.
a technical way.
I mean, no, that stuff is gorgeous and it looks great.
It
It's
should,
just-
oh wow, the pool is
Okay,
Turn
turn
around,
around, turn around,
turn
look
around.
at
Stand
look
up
at
and
the
turn
wall.
around to the wall.
Oh my god! Oh my gosh! Whoa, the depth is incredible on this. I thought that the shot closest to the wall would be the worst.
But it's almost the best.
It really is.
Yeah,
the
if
best.
you get just the right depth, it just really
You feel
creates
like you want to
beautiful
reach out and
depth.
touch it.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna touch this.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
I
it's-
mean, the level of integration, it's incredible here, man. This is insane. I shot this, and I feel like I'm here.
You're like, what the heck?
Wes. this is incredible.
I mean, kind of freaks.
Welcome back to reality.
Yeah,
there you
yeah,
go.
That is
Kind of
insane.
squeezes your
Dude,
intellect.
like
well
it?
done.
Good.
This, let me probably say, this man shot that. We were all there.
Well, yeah, we
Fuck.
all set it up, but
You know what is so cool about this is that, I mean, think about the creative applications.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
I mean, I grew up in the era where you know, I'm at Disney World and I wait in a line to go see Muppet Vision 4D,
Mhm.
and they give you the headset and you sit back. Could you imagine a ride where you're in a safe area and you can use a headset like
they
that?
have
Sure.
a roller coaster
Well,
VR thing. I
do
saw
they?
online. Yeah.
Oh.
Someone,
That's right.
it's I don't know if it's
They're
Cedar Point
testing.
or what it is, and it's you are on. And I saw it on the computer, so I didn't get to see it through that.
This is
Mhm.
So
incredible.
this is something where even on there though, it's kind of like, whoa. But I imagine on something like that,
Would be unbelievable. Yeah.
whoa.
It is really spectacular. When I put the headset on, after seeing it on the computer screen and using it on my phone, that is just a total new inundation.
Now,
Totally.
so
I mean-
to kind of change topics a little bit, I actually there's a brand new thing in here by what's his name? I can't think of his name. Anyway, what he's doing is he's using it for healing, like a self-healing meditation, that kind of thing. It's gonna drive me crazy that I can't think of his name.
So-
I'll find it now.
Yeah, take your time. And so this is, I mean, multiple applications, not just creative film narrative.
Oh yeah.
But we're talking, I mean, healing, biology. I mean, even law.
There's a company that just got a thing from Oculus. They're curing lazy eye and cross-eyed with VR because they can send different signals to your eyeball, to the eyes, to correct.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. So instead of surgery and instead of doctors saying, you know, oh, you're more than 25, we can't help you, they're helping people with this stuff.
Here's actually a question. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here. You know, and that brings up a good point. Your whole life, our mother said, "Don't sit so close to the TV."
Mm-hmm.
Now you're literally have a screen this close to
In
your
the
eye.
TV. You're in
like,
the TV.
You're like in. So
Well-
is there any? Do they know yet? They probably don't. Is there
Long-term
any long-term effects of use of this too much? That they know
Well,
of?
okay.
Or is
Your,
anybody
your
discussing
phones
this?
are glued to your body regardless.
Well, yes.
All the
You're
time.
always. That's
Your
gonna do
Bluetooth ear
something.
headsets are in your ear, whatever.
Yes.
I think the old wives' tale about that was you're looking at CRT TVs that are giving off huge magnetic fields that are probably causing serious
Well,
harm to you.
It's probably like radiation.
Right,
or
exactly.
microwaves.
It's like don't stick your head in front of a microwave
Yeah.
unless you want to fry your brain. Like, you know,
No,
so
right.
I mean that would
Yeah.
be my interpretation. I mean, if it's real or not, who knows?
Yeah.
But I mean, but think about how close you keep your phone to your
Oh
face
no,
all the time.
exactly. It's the same shit.
It's I mean you're often like this
Yeah.
or like this or you know whatever. If you're drunk, you're like this. So it's pretty close anyway. And this you're actually looking through lenses. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of times, I think, for me personally, if I'm close to something, most of the pain and the frustration from seeing something so close is the strain on my eyes and the already the natural lens focus of your retina and your eye. I think with this, you have those lenses right there.
And the diopter, so you can
And the
adjust
diopter.
it.
So,
Yeah.
so they are completely adjusting to the closeness. Obviously,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, the entire time I had that on, and the entire time I've worn it before, I had not a single moment of physical discomfort in my
Oh,
shoulder.
no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost like the old viewfinder things. Where you-
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those
Yeah.
ones, and those are pretty close too, but this is moving instead of.
I've got a couple of questions for you guys.
Sure.
And again, I am just getting into this, and I'm just learning about this. I mean, it's brand new. It's 2017. What do you think the market application for something like this is? Obviously, we talked speculatively about health and things, but what about real life physical applications that can be immediately applied? Like, I would say walkthroughs, physical industrial videos.
Yeah, I would say real estate.
I would ask you what could not be done in virtual reality better than something different.
The full integration.
Like we talked about real estate. You can do a full 360-degree virtual reality experience of a house. Show everything, and it's better than just standard stills. Better than like a Matterport, which just does video, or just does photos.
Right.
You can do things like if you put it outside and you have a grill, you can have steaks grilling on a grill. You have palm trees moving. You have floaties floating around your pool. You have the sun setting. It's fully immersive. It's not just the standard. Not just the standard picture. So. And then you can drop in. You can shoot people on a green screen. You can shoot a real estate agent for that house on a green screen. Drop them into the video, and they could dictate the entire house for you. And then that real estate agent, instead of having to continually say, yes, you can show the house, somebody could just pop on a headset and say, here you go. If it's your kind of house, then we can go see it. But at least they have an idea. They get an idea if it's their type of house. Because photos inherently are taken in real estate to be deceptive. They're taken to show the best aspects and wide angle lenses and this and that, which is why there's so much wasted time and effort. In part of the reason in terms of like showing real estate and stuff like that, because the photos are deceptive. They don't show everything. With this, they show everything, and right away, this kitchen isn't going to work for me. This living room isn't going to work for me, or this backyard is exactly what I wanted because this is here and that is here and the kitchen is here and this and that. So you're pre-qualifying your buyers, and you're saving time by not allowing people who don't like the house to see it.
Wow. So not just real estate. I just started thinking about applications for people who are not able necessarily to ever visit something, and they always wanted to take a tour of it.
Sure. think about, so for instance, Hawaii. I know we were kind of looking at the Hawaii stuff. Somebody who hasn't been there before, and this was that was brand new footage that I had shot for I only had the camera for 3 days at that point, I was just messing with it and shooting it, and it's so immersive, and to be able to go there and experience something like that, I feel may make somebody like he was saying, I gotta go to Hawaii now after seeing it. I need to go right now. I need to go here. I want to go experience this because it's
so
you get a
or travel or tourism.
Tourism.
You go to
Tourism
the
is
tourism
huge.
board
Yep.
and you say, we want to do, here's what we want to do. I mean, think about doing. I mean, I'm sure Disney's into it, but something like Walt Disney.
Oh my gosh.
Doing being there before you actually go there, or just for people who can't get there at all.
Sure.
You can give it to a kid who might have to be sick and all.
Well, exactly. Think about that.
Put it on a VR and he's there.
So
It's
a child who may be terminally ill,
Mhm.
who maybe can't leave the comfort of a bed or something like that, they can still experience
Fully.
things,
Yeah.
things that a lifetime's worth of traveling and experiences in a couple of hours or a couple of days without leaving a bed if they can't, because whatever. So
Yeah.
Okay, you just brought up something great, and obviously I'm changing subjects here. Commercial applications really relevant. Everything from tourism to real estate to narrative to
I
everything.
think bands.
Bands.
Concerts is a big thing. Think about you want to see your favorite band and they never
that'd
tour
be
in
awesome.
Florida or then touring wherever.
Or they're dead.
Or they're
Oh,
dead.
they're dead.
They died in a plane crash.
You're right.
Like,
And now you
Band, dude, be on stage with your favorite band.
Yeah. Or
Right?
be in the crowd watching.
be in the
your
crowd
band.
watching
Right.
as a spectator.
Or be backstage
And then
with the
you
band.
literally can look around and you're there with other people.
Yep.
The
It's like
backstage
you are
band
there,
experience.
and then you look up on the stage and you hear the 360 audio that
Binaural
you
audio,
get.
yeah.
These are all
Binaural
components of
audio.
what could be an epic channel of some sort.
Oh,
Yeah.
Where people can go in. So different applications. What about moving forward? And I say moving, no pun intended. But what about movement? Obviously, the VR headset is the catalyst, the highest.
Sure.
It is the highest level for VR applications. I mean, it's the driver
Yeah,
in a
For now,
sense.
yeah.
But is it restricted? So you mentioned a terminally ill child. Can they access that on the phone? Can they see it without having to turn their whole body and just see the full image? Do they need to? You know, what are your thoughts on that, guys?
I think the immersive aspect of it is the fact that you're wearing a headset and that as you're moving around, the image is moving, and I think that's the immersive aspect of it. I mean, obviously, you know, you can view these videos on YouTube or Facebook, whatever, and you can scroll around and it's cool, it's pretty, whatever. You can kind of get an idea for it, but to immerse somebody, I think the headsets are required. Especially, you wear a headset, then you wear noise canceling headphones with the music that are playing through it. You put yourself in a nice, comfortable chair, you know, that kind of thing, to try to incorporate as many senses as possible. If you did something in the ocean, you could put somebody in a bathtub while they're doing it, or a jacuzzi or something like that, and simulate being in the ocean. You know, or think like a wave pool. You go to like a wave pool at the Water Country USA or whatever. They pop on a headset and then you record VR video of something in Hawaii, and then the waves are smashing in the video, the waves are smashing in your person. It's a full sensory experience if you incorporate other things. So
I almost think too that there could be an element of control where, let's say, I keep going back to the child who has restricted movement, who may be using a VR headset, someone who is maybe sitting in a theater, sitting at their house, they're not able to walk around safely or get up. What about setting a focal point in the actual edit itself? How manipulatable is it to control the audience's line of sight, where you want them to start at a point or you want to attract their attention to a point? Do they even need to necessarily look in all directions?
It's fairly easy to determine where you want the initial focal point to be. But there probably is a way to do it with a headset where you're not turning your head around, where you can kind of just move your head and it would spin. I know in the PlayStation VR realm, the Resident Evil the Resident Evil demo, you have a controller with the headset, and as you're moving around, if you don't like the perspective that you have, you can click like the L2 or R2 button, and it will move the camera in sets around. So that may kind of be that bridge, yeah.
Gotcha. But you can set focal points, starting points, as you will.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's easier. It's the easiest way to do it is to set it right in camera. Do it right the first time, like we have here. You know, this will probably be the initial focal point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I wonder, when you're talking about applying it to tours and things that may have to do with tourism, travel, etc., maybe incorporating the narrative element of a hostess or a host.
Absolutely.
Who guides you. It says, hey, keep your eye on me if you can't move around.
Yeah.
But overall, welcome.
Absolutely.
Welcome to Hawaii. Welcome to wherever.
I think the host thing would be crucial because they're interacting with you, and it's just another way to immerse you in that realm.
Just adds another layer.
It adds another layer, and for instance, the Hawaii video that you saw.
Yeah.
There's somebody there dressed up. They're in their Hawaiian attire or whatever, for whatever scene you're in, and they're saying, hey, okay, welcome to Hawaii. This is Kula Ranch, and here's this and that and the other, and they're pretty close to the camera initially talking to you, so that's what you're focused on. And you're still looking around, you're still kind of listening to them talk, and then they kind of start, and they step back, and then they're looking around, and so I think a host is a fantastic way to bring immersion.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I think that it definitely, what I witnessed in the past, it definitely changes the game as far as what you say immersion.
Absolutely.
I mean, people have dreamed a long time about doing 4D and other elements. James Cameron's talking about that, incorporating those elements in the new avatars that are coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, this may be that link. I mean, because I literally felt like I was there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to step forward. I wanted to walk on the road that I saw.
I mean, immersion is the name of the game. That when you mess with aperture and depth, that's all you're doing. All you're doing is trying to make the person more prominent in the photo to bring them more off the screen. You
Right.
know, when you're shooting at 1:4, you're separating the background from the foreground to get them to come off the screen. So immersion is always what people are looking for. That's why I like the IMAX 3D and so on and so forth. But it's somewhat limited. This is without being there is about as immersive as you could possibly get.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you wear the headset and you put yourself in a comfortable chair and you wear you wear this headset, you wear earphones, like big noise canceling earphones to really bring you into that realm.
Got it. On the headset level, I would say just experiencing it, I would recommend 100% go the full VR experience.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
But even on the very basic level,
Yep.
if I am on Facebook or if I'm on YouTube now,
Mhm.
which is fully inundated, there's something different about the image.
Oh, absolutely.
You just see it. It's almost live.
Absolutely.
You want to just touch it.
You want
know?
yeah.
It's different, and I do think this could be ultimately a game changer for narration and film.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
What's your prognosis on how long it's going to take? How long before we see our first VR feature film?
Feature film? Well, I mean, I think content distribution would be your biggest battle there. It's going to take somebody like Sony or Netflix or Amazon, somebody who has built-in, content streams, in order to back something like that.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Sony would be.
So you'd have
Sony,
to create a new theater experience.
Sure.
Yeah.
You'd have to either get with AMC or the Regal or whoever
Mhm.
and say, we're going to equip one of your theaters with headsets, or whichever wouldn't even, honestly, you wouldn't even need to go to the theater.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. There would be no
right,
reason to. It would be
really
binge. Well, I mean, clearly Amazon, Netflix,
Yeah,
they
you
have
to,
established that
Actually, yeah.
binge watching is what people want.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you binge watch a series in virtual reality?
Oh my.
And then go tell all your friends about it and say, "Holy crap, this is amazing!
Yeah.
You have to go try this. Like, go get your headset, try this out."
It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's different from 3D. You guys remember about 4 or 5 years ago, 3D was on a rise. I would even say 6 years ago, 2010,
3D
11.
comes back about every 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
As the
keeps
technology
getting
improves, they
Yeah,
continue
they're
to
like,
bring it back.
oh, we
Sure.
can do this.
And I bought a 3D TV. I remember as soon as it came out, I got a deal, went down to Best Buy, bought a 3D TV, used it for gaming and movies and things, but eventually it lost its
It lost its
lackluster.
luster.
Oh yeah.
Because I felt like there were prohibiting factors. One was it wasn't fully inundated.
Right.
It was a really cool novelty, but at the same time, it wasn't that cool.
Right.
It wasn't that cool. I could slip that off and still enjoy the same movie. With this, it's a completely different experience. There's no real separation from what it could be.
Well, my problem with 3D was always you had to sit in a certain place. You couldn't sit on the side.
You couldn't put your head left or
Turn your
right.
head.
Sure.
You had to
Don't
be
move.
right there, center, like on a
Yeah.
couch, like center screen.
Yeah.
If you have people over, you can watch a 3D movie.
Right.
You might only have 2 headsets anyway.
Sure.
Or if that, even if you have more than that, you all have to scrub, all get on the couch.
Oh yeah, we had pyramids watching.
Yeah,
very uncomfortable.
I just think that with VR is nice. I mean, obviously everyone has to have their own headset, but you're moving around. You're in the space. You're
Mhm.
not just watching straight ahead whatever's on there.
Right.
And I mean, do you think 3D is something that they might incorporate into VR?
Well, 3D is in VR.
Really?
Absolutely. It is definitely in VR. I think a lot more of the 3D stuff. Okay, well, virtual reality is different than 360. What we're shooting here is 360. What makes it virtual reality is putting on the headset.
Mhm.
That's the main factor there that separates the two.
Okay.
Is it really virtual reality if you're watching it on a phone and you're just kind of moving around like this, or an iPad or a computer and you're scrolling? Probably not. It's probably closer to a 360 experience,
Gotcha.
not necessarily virtual reality. Virtual reality comes when you're wearing a headset and your reality has been modified. This is a virtual reality that you're viewing through technology.
That's incredible.
So.
What's you said? Cost is literally at $5 starting point.
Yeah, I mean, they have you can go online and download instructions for free that show you how to make it out of your own cardboard at home. I mean, it's just people give them away on the internet. Content producers will often give away cheap copies of headsets because they feel so strongly about it, and they know that once people experience it, that's it.
They want
That's
it.
it. Yeah.
This is incredible, man. Thank you for shedding some light on this incredible new emerging technology with us. I mean, I can't wait to see some of the content that we're going to start pumping out over the next couple of months in VR, and encourage the watchers to keep watching. You know, keep your eyes
Experiencing.
wow.
Yeah,
Because you're not watching, you're experiencing.
I definitely back off on that one.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's yeah.
Can they, real quick before we let everybody go, is there a chance that content is in a place where people can access a good reference point? I mean, obviously YouTube.
YouTube, I think that would probably be the best point. I mean, if you have a VR headset, I think most rigs have some sort of integration with YouTube, so you can go online and you can view different 360 virtual reality content. The majority of it is pretty lackluster, unfortunately, because the technology is so new. Nobody's really doing a lot of amazing things with it, which is what we're trying to do here.
Right.
But yeah, there is some content out there.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait to continue talking with you about this, and hopefully maybe we can get you back in here and talk maybe about now real production applications for those who are utilizing the camera. How do we hide the base? How do we look around? How do we direct? How do we get those certain elements? And certainly want to explore those spaces with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll continue to pump out as much as we can to you, and get yourself a headset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.